Welcome back, guys. Welcome. We are back at it again, doing a double dip this afternoon, streaming Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. I think we're nearing the end of the game, so I wanted to see if we couldn't finish it off today. Yeah, we played about 4 hours, then I took a break for lunch, and now we're headed back. So thanks for everybody that was hanging out in the stream beforehand, and for those of you who are joining us again this afternoon, I hope you have a great time and welcome to the stream. My name is Cam, aka Humble Footman, and yeah, having a blast at this game. Can't wait for the expansion to come out soon. Beast of Winter, I think it's early next month or end of this month. But yeah, let's fade this music out and we'll get right into it. All right. So we just wrapped up all of the loose ends with all the side quests, and now we're headed into the main story. We also hit max level, which was pretty cool. We are max level. So we've explored Cahopa's Fang. We're headed up to the Ashen Maw to meet with the god Aothus. Let's see what he has to say. See what he has to say. You know what? I'm just going to update the stream title here as well. Where are we here? One sec. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, I got my fresh cup of coffee. Feels like we're starting the day over again. Back into it, sailing for the Ashen Maw. Let's go. Look at our map here. We've got pretty much everything explored except for this storm up here. I'm kind of afraid to sail into it. So we'll see what comes of that later, but for now, let's head in. Thick smoke, black as death, plumes from the peak of a rumbling volcano, the largest in the chain of mountains that makes up Magran's Teeth. A serrated fissure gapes in the mountainside, deep and dark but intermittently lit by a red-hot glow. The cavernous opening is too narrow for the Defiant to sail through. The skiff sways tumultuously in the superheated water, and the closer you row to the cave's cracked opening, lava burbles down the mountainside, scorching rivers that disappear into the dark blue sea. Inside the rock face, the sound of churning magma grows louder, and the air warms around you, beating sweat along your brow. Alright, so this is where we found Grog. He's like a super pet with some super perks, but also one of his perks is that if one of our party members dies in combat or goes unconscious, they die forever. So I'm a little bit apprehensive to use it, but we're gonna head across the Ashen Maw here. Though ashen, the skin of this dead giant remains hot to the touch.
Oh, its foot's and a heavy bullet, our cap.
Let's take a.
That order's too tall.
Whoa, Primal Flames. Primal Flames, they're just giving away Primal Flames. Wrath and Vanguard. Slumped against the stones of the bridge, a giant clutches at his bashed-in chest. It's a mess of sinew and blackened iron bones. Fiery blood flickering between his splayed fingers. Thickly rasping a breath, the warrior lifts his heated gaze to your face.
Extinguished or crushed. Us all, Defiler.
What happened to you?
Damned Reaper of souls and God of lies. Magran's most foul enemy.
I need to get to Aethys.
Servants of the Defiler God. Damn you.
That's not what I said, but okay. He chokes, liquid fire trickling from his lips. This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. Finish him. The Rathan glowers as you approach, dagger glinting from the light of his flames. He grasps for you with a meaty, blood-burned hand, but his swipe is clumsy and weak. You effortlessly shove his arm to the side before stabbing the knife into his already ruined chest. With a clean swipe, you slit the warrior's throat. As his fire blood rushes from his veins, the glowering scrawls in his skin fade into darkness.
Well, that was worth doing, even if we got nothing in return.
All right, good action you did there, Cap. Here's hoping we don't be ending up needing that poison, though.
He frowns at the giant corpse. Chody swings her lantern back and forth over the warrior's body until a large, shimmering cloud of essence sifts up and into her lantern. She grunts, the lantern dipping in her hand as if heavier momentarily. Cool. Cool. Let's see if those primal fires gave us some new enchants. Nope. Not that I know of. Alright. To the Sentinel Wall. This windlass is far too massive and heavy for a kith to operate.
Nothing good comes from this much quiet.
Truth. Let's zoom out a little bit. It's over here. A table. We will loot it. Alright, before we head through that door, let's explore this way. Checking for traps, as always.
Reckon this is what happens when you try to keep a god from enacting his plans.
Ishi, now is the chance if you had any second thoughts about this place.
My fingers be fat and swapped and sparkling.
Alright. My fingers be fat and furry. So we're getting a lot of primal flames. Getting a lot of primal flames. Here's a key.
Of course.
A rock slide has collapsed this section of the keep. Alright, let's head in here. Now we have the key.
Devoured by the foul reaper. Another Kith trespasses in the goddess's maw? But how?
Incensed, the giant warrior hulks, her thick muscles twitch, red markings glowing hotly against her ashen skin.
You must seek to follow in your defiler god's footsteps. You will not, for I will smite you where you stand.
Bellowing, she hefts a massive sword overhead. But a second giant slams the haft of his iron staff into the warrior's hard-muscled stomach, abruptly halting her attack.
Hold, Sega! I would speak to this filthy minion of the wretched god Aethys
Okay, let's chat.
before you char his bones to dust.
Okay. The god in that statue bid me to meet him here. I've come to speak with him. I'm no friend of Aethys. He stole a piece of my soul, and I mean to get it back. Let's say that.
Ha! You think to confront an embodied god? Then you are either powerful beyond comprehension, or as much a fool.
He cants his head, broad fingers scratching at the rivets of his helm.
Yet you imply you do not serve him.
Truth. The first giant's grip turns white-knuckled in the hilt of her sword. Her muscles strain and the metal quivers in her hand.
Rakir, move! We cannot allow these intruders to live.
Again, she thrusts the sword high. With a shrug of his meaty shoulders, he steps aside. Let's use our religion here. Aothis may be seeking revenge against you, Magranites, but I've nothing to do with it. Or insight. Your fury should burn for Aothis, not me. I don't want to fight you, but I must deal with Aothis no matter the cost. Hey, Dali. The humblest of footmen. That is I. I guess that's kind of counterintuitive. It's not really a humble thing to say, right? Insight. Let's use the... Your fury should burn for Aothis, not me. What's up, dude? Just doing a little double dip this afternoon. Getting some Pillars action in. This may be the final episode. This may be the end of the game. So we're nearing the end anyway. I'm not sure how much farther we have to go, but we're nearing the end. So we're max level. We've done all the side quests, so pretty cool. Let's try this. Your fury should burn for Aothis, not me. Shoulders taut with tension, the warrior eyes the strewn corpses of his fellow Ratun at arms. They lie dried like husks, siphoned of their souls. Maya thumbs her chin, nodding. Dali says, "Noise, I wrecked this." Then on to greener pastures, or maybe like another game. Yeah. Not sure what we're gonna play next. Either Tyranny, because they gave Tyranny out for free today on Twitch Prime, or the Divinity series we could do, or I've got a few other games in my library that I've been meaning to get to, so yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see how far we get today.
I hope your weapons are as keen as your wit, both for your sake and mine, puny kith.
He places a hand out to hold the warrior back. He studies you intently.
You would face us in battle rather than flee? I like your mettle. Kith who does not cower before Margren's greatest warriors. We have not yet defeated the embodied god, but that does not mean we won't. The Drotiger is readying another assault from within the Jagged Keep as we speak.
I don't think he said Bathor. I think he said Drotiger or something. Equivalent of a warlord. Okay.
I will permit you to scamper closer to God's face, if you believe you can survive. Scurry deeper into the moor, but know that my brethren may squash you.
Okay. How can I reach Aothis?
All who neared the intruder god were gutted until extinguished. You think your soul could last even half so long as Rathun's?
Maybe the Kiths will last longer.
She snorts, but the other warrior ignores her, answering in her stead.
Only Margren's shrine with our Jagged Keep can lead you to the Defiler god. Kith, if Margren wishes you to face him, surely she will fire the way.
Okay. I worry Margren plans to erupt this volcano. If you stay, you'll die. You plan to attack Aothis? Question mark.
First, we recover the wounded and their weapons. Drag them into the Jagged Keep.
He nods.
And then we will kill a god.
Yeah. Smacking the head of his staff against his chest, he bears you a garish grin. I worry Margren plans to erupt this volcano. If you stay, you'll die. He hefts his meaty shoulders in a heavy shrug.
Our duty is foremost to Margren. We guard the moor to its fiery end.
All right, farewell.
Second, help me with the bodies, but this time gentle your grip.
It can't be helped, Rakir. These fallen are brittle.
Quietly now. Yeah, let's see if we can grab this weapon rack. All right, to the Ashen Bridge. Actually, I can see if I can grab
Quiet
this too.
time.
Yeah. Alien plate armor. Why do you have alien armor here? Interesting. Oh, find a way to Aothis through the Jagged.
Ain't the volcanoes in Margren's Teeth supposed to be inactive? I got a bad feeling this one's waking up.
Truth. So many primal flames. Lair of the Ancient. Okay, let's check out this way. Nothing over here.
Keep it down.
You ain't leading us into certain death, are you, Captain?
Perhaps. Jagged Keep or Lair of the Ancients. We've got some flame bats to take care of here.
What can I do?
Let's
Very
go
well.
do that. Oh, and a Drake.
That's the stuff.
Take this.
And a Drake. Alright. Footman, Shadowing Beyond.
See ya.
And on to the flame bat. Looks like a nice squishy target. Nice. We are very overpowered, I think, right now. Being max level and all.
Indeed.
Alright, so do we want to go north to the Jagged Keep or to the Lair of the Ancients? He waits in fire. Find a way to Aethys through the Jagged Keep. Okay. So let's go to the Lair of the Ancients first.
Ishi, quiet time.
Let's go here first. I want to see what's in here.
I think I can't see you, you sneaky.
You sneaky bastard.
As you wish.
Easy picks. Easy picks.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Liquid hot magma. Yeah. Alright. Some more primal flames. I wonder what we're gonna do with all these primal flames. There's gotta be like a dragon. Or maybe we'll run into Magrin down here. He waits in fire.
Alright, that one felt more serious.
I don't like this, Captain.
Violent tremors are shaking the foundations of the mountain. The volcano is growing increasingly more active. Okay.
That smell. I hope it's just their cook burning the meat.
This place smells and feels like hell in the stories Uncle Angbert used to tell me to make me behave as a child.
Uncle Angbert. A haze of soul essence sifts up like smoke from a corpse scored with heavy claw marks. Oddly, no blood pools beneath the body. The wounds have been cauterized. Reach for the soul. Hot to the touch, the essence slowly wafts through your fingers. Then, you're tumbling down into the feverish sensation of a soul reed. You are a great champion, a Goliath among giants, your chest tight with pride. And now, something darker, a strange dread. It flickers inside of you like the fires of a waking forge, because you know you too are soon to be tempered as you stare down upon the distant god, the defiler your brothers and sisters died to defeat but could not, who now gluts on the Idra spire, striking plans against Magrin. The iron chains that suspend the bridge beneath your feet drip blood and sweat, weeping. The maw spans below, battered by the invader, the Jagged Keep, now even more apt in name. He cut a path to the spire and could not be stopped. He drank deeply from so many of you. The Brenthis watches beside you. What's that? Rathoon High Priestess. Okay. She is fierce and will know what to do. She can hear Magrin within the flames. Without further delay, she hastens you into the dragon's lair. She will call the beast, and it will ride with you into the assault. Ooh, the dragon. Inside the cavern is dark and simmering. The Brenthis rushes ahead of you. Despite your barked warning, something is wrong. The heat roils against your skin, a whisper of death, dangerous rather than comforting. The Defiler god has riled the dragon. The Brenthis has raised her torque high as if to collar the dragon, the light of it sheening her helm in the darkness. She is thundering. The time has come, Jada. Submit to Magrin's will, and the walls rumble from a sudden earthquake. No, from the beast's laughter. A shadow looms to your left, then scalding claws punch through your skin.
Rest now, warrior. Your soul is safe with me.
Jody bows her head as she drags her lantern over the corpse from head to foot and back up again. When she reaches the Rathoon's punctured chest, his soul lifts up from the body and drifts towards the lantern. With a shudder, it settles inside the copper cage. Maya smirks with folds in her arms and folds her arms. Alright, so there's a dragon up ahead. Let's approach with caution. Oh, another soul. The closer you near to the dimly lit essence that smolders over the Rathoon's burnt corpse, the stronger you feel the soul's flickering confusion and grief. Ashen, crooked fingers clutch a still flaming torque, grasping the relic tightly, even in death. Pry the torque from the priestess's hands. Twisting the torque free cracks off 3 of the priestess's blackened brittle fingers. You have gained torque of Bithactin. The item was put into your stash. Okay. This eternally burning torque was forged by Magrin and bestowed upon the Rathoon as a symbol of their submission to the goddess's will. Bithactin is a Rathoon word roughly translating to Everflame. Cool. Reach for the soul. Rather than falling face forward into a vision of the Rathoon's final memory, her last thoughts scream through your mind in a jumble of disjointed words and disbelief.
I am burning! I am burning! I am burning! And it is not in pleasure, not for Mother Margaret. I should have listened when she said nothing. But I was willing to die to reach the Everflame, to sacrifice them and everything to ash, to vanquish the Defiler. And I am burning, but not in the flame. Not with honor and eternity, but for a moment. I am disgraced.
A little dramatic. Dig deeper into the memory.
Who will lay the torque before the Mother to fire the way? Who is left? Who will guard the sacred spire, the Mother's mind? Who will descend the shrine to the Defiler's god's face? Not to these hands that are ashes sifting on a breath that is a last sigh of a wretchedly snuffed life. Not to me and mine. Now she who was blackened and befouled and forsaken by the flames, forsaken by Margaret.
With a final flicker, a last swift and violent shuddering, the soul dims and disintegrates.
Rest easy now, priestess. I'll harvest your soul and your torment too.
Coaxing the soul with a low and soothing voice, Chody jiggles her lantern over the priestess's charred corpse. There's not much left after the trauma the soul endured, but a few glimmering motes swirl around the soft light before fading into the lantern. Okay. Oh. Ooh, snap.
If that ain't a creature born of my nightmares, I don't know what is.
A creature of smoke and scales, embers and talons, looms up from the darkness. Her back and ribs gleam luridly, red as the lake of fire that laps at her feet. She hisses, the sound like rocks grating together in her throat. And though her peeled back lips forms no words, you understand.
Who comes now to stoke the flames of chaos further?
Jada Furless the Ancient, okay?
Have I not yet feasted enough? I suppose I can make room for another.
Oh boy.
Just realized how lucky we are to have never run across a sewer dragon.
Start with the bird. He's been complaining ever since we arrived.
Maya glares down at Ishiza, who cocks his head at her. A dry laugh crackles from the dragon's thick-scaled throat. The Rathoon summoned you, so you attack them? ? Wait, I have no intent to fight you. Intimidate. Attack me, beast, and it'll be the last thing you ever do. Is that a sacred torque I see? I happen to be in the market for one. Come, let us make a trade. The Rathoon summoned you and you attacked them?
We struck a deal. Eons ago. I did with a wily Brenthis. It's true these Rathun fed me exquisitely for so long. But today, they sought my wings like a firestorm to battle. My fangs like hot spears to pierce a god. I am the heart of the fire. I cannot be controlled. Not by a giant's weak will, and not by a sputtering trinket.
Alright, we got some options here. Resolve. What was the nature of the deal you struck with them? To bluff, great creature of the Maw. Are you not the least bit curious as to why I've come to speak with you? Diplomacy. The Rathun failed to honor your magnificence, but I offer my service with humility, O Great One. You're certainly conceited, I'll give you that. Let's try the resolve. What was the nature of the deal you struck with them? The beast grates a loud, insidious laugh.
The Rathun would pay their tributes of flesh and blood, fire and gold. And I, when called upon, would fight fiercely at their side. That arrogant priestess thought to ride me, the magma that fires the mountain. She sought to command me. So I consumed her.
Okay.
The Rathun forged their deal when I was but a hatchling. Now no one controls me. And I would never fight a god for fools.
Good to know. We're not going to convince her of that.
Well, that's a relief. Thought we were fighting a dragon. But this is just a big snake.
Oh, shots fired. The dragon snorts smoke from her snout.
You are a creature most amusing. Perhaps I shall yet allow you to live.
Magrin would do anything to stop Aethys. If she erupts this volcano, you'll be destroyed along with it. Could try that.
Should I believe the wretched words of a trespasser in my den?
You should.
Even were it so, the fire feeds me. It can cause me no harm.
Believe me, dragon, I would not lie about such a grave matter.
Perhaps you speak the truth, and such may come to pass. Only fools die fighting the gods. I have lived for eons, and I will live for eons longer. I fly!
With a great heave, she slogs her body from the magma and takes to the sky. Okay. Oh. Okay. Deal with the two dragon dilemmas. I guess that's it. Oh boy. What is this? Aldrich Blade of Captain Crow. Exceptional. Sharp, 10% damage, so it's a saber. Exceptional. Stormblade deals 10 shock damage to target on crit, plus 10% damage as shock. Corvid's Bounty. Wielder gains plus 8 health on crit. Ooh. That's pretty good. We might give that to Footman. We'll have a look though. What else we got here? Some potions. Ooh. Ajamut's Stalking Cloak. Plus 1 perception, plus 2 to stealth. Bushwhack. 5% damage to weapon attacks made from stealth. Plus 5% accuracy to weapon attacks made from stealth. Attacks made from stealth stun the target. That's pretty sweet. I mean, we could give it to Footman or Maya. Let's give it to Footman for now, and just compare cloaks. Right, so he has Nemnock's cloak. Yeah, we're definitely gonna trade. That's amazing.
How nice.
How does it look? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like So if we are going to replace this sword with something, it's going to be this soulbound dagger, I think. We don't really use Worthy Sacrifice a lot. Or Quick to the Slaughter. Or Corona of the Soul. We don't really use these. $18 to 25 damage. Superb. What is this? 22 to 32. Yeah, you know what? Let's try and swap this. And see what we can do for enchants. Bloodhound. 10% of hits converted to crits. That's amazing. And we can add Superb to it as well. Alright, let's go Bloodhound. And make it Superb. Oh, we can make it Legendary. Yeah. We're doing that. Boom. Alright, that's pretty cool. And how does it look? Oh, that's dope. Look at this. It has little wings on it. That's so sweet. Alright, we got Modeware and Aldrich Blade of Captain Crow. Very cool. Very cool. I don't mind using our money now and items to do that because we're nearing the end of the game. Alright, so I guess we dealt with the dragon. I suppose we could have fought it, but we convinced it of some form or another to fly away. To live for another day. Alright, we're gonna go and approach Aethys now. But I'm glad we went there first because we got this sword. We got this sword. Oh boy. Oh, there he is. Oh, that's so cool. He's touching this giant Audra pillar. There he is. Oh boy.
You spend your whole life thinking you're a giant. And one day that fella shows up at your fortress.
That was awfully profound.
Yeah, it was kind of profound.
Happily.
Alright, we're gathering all these primal flames. I'm not sure what for. I wonder if there's a way to like enchant our armor to have fire resistance or something. Suppose I could look. Hardened buckskin, minus 10% crit, plus 1 weapon set. Boiled leather. Sure. Might as well do some of these final enchants before we head into the
Dim in the lantern.
Ashen Maw to meet Aethys. So what do we have up here? This looks like a temple to Magrin. Peeked at spotting you, the strapping warrior slams her shield against the floor, rattling the stones beneath your feet.
Scurriers in my keep! Make ready to be crushed, vermin of Aethys!
Wait, hear me out first. Show her the torque. Look here, I recovered this from your fallen Brenthis.
You felled her? And her dragon?
With a deep-chested growl, the warrior readies her sword to strike. No, it was the dragon who killed her, not me. She stills, red scrawls in her skin flickering as she grimly appraises you. A muscle ticks in her jaw, but finally Finally, she sheathes her sword.
Then the Bathor will decide your fate. He awaits at the back of the keep.
Okay. The Bathor. She goes running off like a 5-year-old to tell her mom. Shh, mommy. Before we head to the back of the keep, I'm going to explore the rest of the keep. Okay, so there's a keyed room over here. We can pick the lock, but I'm assuming we're gonna get a key from this guy. So let's explore over here as well. Is this another locked room? Maybe a trapped room? Okay. Well, let's go to the back of the keep. I feel like that rumbling
A
means
whole
that's
mess
where
of firebeards up there.
Aothis is.
All with the pointiest bits.
Yeah, let's just run up. Have a chat. Just gonna loot your table real quick, guys. Thanks. Okay. What's over here? Let me take this as well. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have a chat, guys. Okay, just let me walk through. Here we go.
Supposing this volcano blows, what are the odds any of us but Gone survives it?
Too late to turn around, Captain?
Yeah, let's chat. When the warlord spots you, his shoulders stiffen and he reaches for the mace strapped to his back.
Kith, how is it you have come to be here? Nay, it is of little matter.
I am not here to fight you.
Your words hold no weight, Kith. Rathun decide their own battles.
His words boom from behind his helm without falter, yet he does not strike. With a raised hand, he signals his warriors to wait. I've no quarrel with you, Bethor. I'm here only to speak with Aothis. Diplomacy. There's no reason for us to fight when we can be of aid to each other instead. Let's try that. He scrubs a hand over the front of his helm, apparently weighing your words.
I concede to your point. For the time being.
Bethor Urkan.
Aothis deserves death, not words. The Defiler God has brought war to Ashen Moor in revenge against Margaret and her Rathun.
The warlord regards you hotly, fire sweat dripping down his neck. His surrounding warriors clang their weapons against their chest or the floor, clamoring for blood.
What is your relation to Aothis, if not to act with him against Margaret?
Bereth wills that I intervene with Aothis. That bastard crossed me. I'm going to make him pay for it. I couldn't care less if Aothis snuffs every one of you. I need only to discern his aim within the Deadfire. My motives are mine and know mine alone. To know and mine alone. Aothis stole a part of my soul. I need it back. I've come to ask him about his intentions with the Deadfire. Aothis stole a part of my... Bereth wills I intervene. Let's say that.
Mere Kith are seldom agents of such a powerful deity. If you have no plans to defend the Defiler God, then we've no quarrel with you, Kith.
Great.
We are prepared to assault Aothis at the base of the moor.
The warlord gestures to the shrine of Magrin behind him.
The shrine will lower us to the sacred Ardra Pillar, where the embodied god now gluts himself.
Okay, cool. Let me through. I'll speak with Aothis and convince him to leave this place. Yeah, let's try that.
Even if I believed you, I cannot do such a thing.
Why? He shakes his head. His eyes burn fiercely intent.
We guard the sacred depths of the moor. None may freely enter.
I think you might want to make an exception here.
Thus the shrine lies dormant, locked without the talk of Bethacton.
Which I have. He shoves his shoulders back with pride.
Our high priestess. The Brenthis is the talk's rightful bearer, but she has yet to return to the keep.
I found your Brenthis. She's dead.
Then it is as I feared, and as I felt. Her flames have been extinguished. I do not share the Brenthis' ability to commune with Margaret, but I must believe the goddess would will us to fight. We must make a final stand.
I have the torque.
I heard shouts of your triumph preceding you. It would seem you are unparalleled among your kind. And mine. What became of the Ancient? Jorda Fairless? Triumph will be nigh impossible without her.
What makes you think something happened to her?
Face beat red, Chody chokes, pounding on her chest as she struggles for air. Seraphin's eyes close as he nods along.
This one be all yours, Cap.
Seraphin steps back, keeping well away from the warlord. The warlord tilts his head, as if considering the true meaning of your companion's reaction. Growing distrustful, he tightens his grip on his mace.
You will answer me, Kith, without trickery or lies.
He glowers, impatient. The dragon has forsaken you. He falls silent. the scrawlings on his skin flaring hotly.
Indeed. I feared the worst when the Brenthis failed to return with the beast. We've no choice. Despite the odds, we'll attack without either's strength.
He shakes his head, the motion grave.
If this is to be our last stand, we must prepare ourselves, either for victory or for sacrifice. Lest Margaret forsake us for our failures. You've earned the right to Fire Shrine with the talk of the Other Flame. But we cannot join you as yet in facing the Defiler.
Okay, farewell. Okay, so we're not gonna go down there just yet. I want to explore these locked rooms. What's on this table? Oh, cool. Can summon magma oozes.
My fingers be fat and furry, swapped and sparkling, Captain.
Let's see what's over here. It's quite the fortress. The rock side has collapsed this section of the keep.
What did you find, Ishi?
Oh, trap.
It hurts.
Shoot.
Just a smidge.
Shoot.
I don't be supposing we could blow it up. Swapped and sparkling.
Ooh, fire thrower's gloves. Artificer's precision +2 dex +2 explosives. Spellbinding +1 arcana +1 to all evocation power levels. That's pretty cool. Dex and explosives. What is this? Potion of piercing strikes. Let's see what gloves we have on. Bolt catchers. Right, so this does 20% chance to reflect incoming electricity, 20% chance to launch a shock damage attack. All evocation power level. We can't use evocation because we're illusion mage or wizard. So I think we'll pass on that. Cool item though. All right, let's explore the rest of this place. There's another door down here. Or so I thought. So maybe a secret area? How do I get there? How do I get there? There we go. Head back this direction.
My fingers be fat and furry. Easy breezy, wet and sleepy.
Alright, let's go slow this time. Check for traps. I don't know why they'd have traps in their own keep while they're just chilling, but...
What did you find, Ishi?
Oh, what did you find, Ishi? Something over here? I don't see anything. Maybe it's farther along. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so that just took us in a loop. So let's head back over to this side. We're just gonna fully investigate this place, see if we can find any more cool items before we head down to Aothas. Shh. This is definitely a cool place, though. This is a really neat level to explore.
Of course.
The Keep of the Rathoon. Ooh, what was that? Lightning bomb. That is so cool. I'm gonna save that for something special. Potion of invisibility. Love it. Alright, we'll just run normal. Not stealth. But we'll take fast mode off in case we run into a trap. Here's a key. Ornate ashen key. I will take that. I think we already picked the lock of the door that key opened, but we'll see. Alright, so this is blocked off, so that's it. Alright, let's head, we've explored the whole keep here. Let's head up to the Shrine of Magrin. See if we can confront the god Aothas. What's her injury? Perception, shock armoring. That's fine. She can have system shock. We're not going to rest that out. Seems unfitting to rest while we're in such a dire circumstance.
Of course.
You stand before the shrine of Magrin, goddess of flame and war. Lifting your eyes, fiery motes begin to streak across your vision as you stare into the imposing cast of her likeness. I'll be right back, guys. 30 seconds. I'm just going to take a quick bio, and then we're going to get into this fight. Right. Thanks for waiting. We are back. Let me just get into position here. Okay. For the span of a single breath, everything falls eerily silent. The ratoon behind you fade away. Flames to either side of you flicker higher, dancing without sound, but the heat is real, licking at your skin. Then, metal groans as Magrin's statue bends her head to you in greeting.
Watcher. The time does not allow for niceties.
Her words flow like lava from her lips, like the trails that burble hot from her eyes.
Even now, Aethys gains strength from the spire. What progress have you to report?
The Rathoon are preparing a final assault against Aethys.
Then they will burn to ash and return to the mud kiln from whence they came.
Okay. She leans forward, the copper of her corded arms gleaming from the blustering flames. She tugs her sword free from her plinth, and the entire shrine shudders with heat.
Presently, I shall erupt this volcano, and with it, consume Aethys. I suggest you retreat if you at all value your mortal form.
Do you not care about the Rathoon at all?
I formed the Rathoon to serve, to ward against Kith in order to safeguard Ukaizo. Now they have served me. Their sacrifice is not without honor, as yours, too, will be. Fare thee on, Watcher. My condolences, should you die.
She inclines her head once more in a stalwart farewell. An avatar of the goddess flashes over the imposing statue before you. As the image fades, her absence leaves the shrine cold and deathly silent. Can we interact with it again? Oh, okay. A statue of Magrin towers above you, bloodied and battle-ready. The goddess clutches both sword and shield. At the base of the statue, a rectangular iron-slatted altar rests between two unlit blazers. Examine the altar. The slatted top of the altar has been hammered silver water smooth, except for a single circular groove, notched deep in the center of the slab. Charred bits of metal, leather, and bones are piled in the interior of the circular groove, the remains of prior offerings to the goddess. Place the torque on the altar. The braziers on either side of the altar flare to life, red-hot flames shooting high before settling into a steadier, softer burn within the bowls. Lava eddies beneath iron grating in the floor, heating the soles of your feet, while the statue herself seems to wake, metal groaning, rasping as the shrine moves. You have lost Torque of Bithacton. Oh, this whole platform lowers. Statue of Magrin towers before you, eyes flaming, fists gripping her instruments of war. At the base of the statue, a rectangular iron-studded altar rests between... Oh, we've already done that. Descend into the depths. With a squeal of metal against metal, the entire floor drops, a stomach lurching 5 feet. Chains clang like the toll of a bell as they catch, pounding against the time-worn gears. Then, the shrine begins steadily lowering into the maw. As the shrine cranks lower into the maw, Aothis' colossal Audra-carved dome, neck, and shoulders slowly emerge into view. This close, the god rises up like a mountain, larger than you ever remember having seen him. Energy vibrates from his massive body, and a cacophony of mutterings and shouts from the souls whirling within it slams into you, nearly knocking you from your feet. Oh boy. Ignite my... Yeah, we did that. Okay.
Yes?
There he is. Wow. That's so cool. That's so cool. I think we're going to take a little screenshot there. There we go. All right, let's do this.
I'd be glad to.
Aye, he'd be big from down here, too.
Have you ever seen anything so awe-inspiring? Behold the power of my...
Watcher, I wasn't sure you'd make it. But there is enough of you in me to grasp that you had a better chance than most. Some would say it's because you have a strong soul. Great deeds come easily to one so spiritually blessed. Or have you become great because of what has been thrust upon you? Watcher of Cadnua, Herald of Berith, Hound of Aothis.
Oh my God. You're really, this can't.
Hands on his hips, Seraphin grins.
I see you, Shoti. I am glad that we could meet, even if it is under quite unpleasant circumstances.
This is really happening, right? Gon, your humble priestess is before you. Please, tell me what you require of me. How do I save more lost souls than I can carry in one lifetime?
Face bright red, sweat beading her brow. Shodi stumbles precariously closer to the edge. Lantern rattling, she catches herself. A mere moment before she would have toppled over.
They're narrating for us now. This must be important.
I know that you have undertaken a noble mission, but I will tell you what I told the Watcher. You need not fear for the lost souls of this world. As for you, Watcher, why is it you believe you have made it this far?
I don't know. Whatever the reason, I'm still standing. It's in my soul. It always has been. Greatness is my birthright. Each of us simply does the best we can. My trials have made me who I am. I've had enough of this. I followed you into this damn volcano to get some questions answered. Good fortune and good people have carried me the whole way. I'd be nothing without them. I don't know. Whatever the reason, I'm still standing. It's true.
Even after all these years, countless generations, we don't know either. The brightest souls can burn out in an instant, and even a pathetic, feeble spark can grow brilliant in time. But you have come a great distance for answers. What would you ask of me, Watcher?
That we have. And I got a request. Down here. God, look how full my lantern is. I've been harvesting day and night for you, my God.
Lantern rattling, sickle gripped so tight her knuckles are white. She waves her arms over her head as she shouts.
My dear Shodi, I do not mean to diminish your presence here, but this is a question that the Watcher needs to answer. He alone was tasked with pursuing me. The gods have placed him in this fire. It is only right that we speak together now.
I need to know why you've come back. Can you atone for all of the damage you've done? Give me back the soul you took from me. I need to know why you've come back.
You need to know? Or Berith? Or the gods?
I need to know. The gods fear you have something catastrophic in mind. After all you've done, I think every creature that lives and breathes on Eora needs to know. Let's do that third one.
And it would seem even she whose presence shakes the heart of this mountain needs to know.
I wouldn't know. Do you mean Magrin?
Of course. Magrin fears what I will do, just as she feared what I would do in the Deerwood. But this time is different. This time, there is no power on Aora or in all of hell to stop me. Understand that what I'm saying is neither a boast nor a challenge. It is the clearest statement of truth I can give you, give Berith, in the hopes of dissuading you from taking actions that may harm others.
What are you gonna do? Says the one who's killed thousands walking from Deerwood to Deadfire. I'll find a way to stop you. I'm not here to stop you. I'm just here for answers. What are you gonna do? Let's just ask him.
Force gods and mortals alike to open their eyes to one another. It seems my sister does not like the sound of that.
Can you be more specific? What are you trying to do?
I want to return the gods to our original purpose, and to allow mortals to worship us, or ignore us, for what we are, not what we pretend to be.
Shodi gasps sharply, for once too stunned to blurt out a response. Her eyes are wild, with too much white showing, when she glances from Aethys to you.
Whatever you're doing, there's gotta be a better way.
When I entered Widewin, I did so with the intention of illuminating the history of Anguith. I wanted to show all the nations of the Eastern Reach the machines we had used to create ourselves, how we had hidden our true nature from mortals for millennia. But even if I had succeeded, my words would have been easy to deny. Belief creates the foundation upon which a mind's reality is built. Some minds can never let go of that foundation. They would rather hold tight to the world in their mind than accept what they're being told.
If that's so, what are you doing this time that will make any difference? Why is it so important that mortals know that the gods came from the Anguithans, and even your words could be corrupted by Lenki and Hand Occult? If that's so, what are you doing this time that'll be any different?
I have not come to speak, to convince, to plead, but to break the foundations of belief itself, to extinguish the lights that maintain the illusions we have created. We took on the mantles of gods from legends, and in so doing, made real what was false, crafted truth from fiction. The time has come for a new covenant between gods and mortals. One forged in the light of truth and understanding between our kind. I will leave this place and go to the lost city the Huana call Ukaizo.
Oh.
It is there that all souls pass through the machines of the gods, where all souls pass into the beyond before beginning their next life.
Alright, I guess that's it.
When I reach that place, I will find our great machines and tear them to pieces. I will smash the great wheel until the lights of hell all gutter and die. And when my work is done, I will leave this world forever.
More destruction. You're tearing the whole world apart because you can't make peace among yourselves.
Adair, there will never be peace among mortals, so long as they are unwittingly manipulated by the gods. The divine enslavement that Woodica reveres perpetuates ignorance, chaos, and violence across the world. I only wish to destroy the darkness that surrounds the gods, that you may better see us for what we are.
What? That's insane. I hope Magrin explodes 2 volcanoes on you for good measure. I guess that's one way to get a response. Let's just... What?
Both gods and mortals alike rely on the wheel. We depend on it for the souls that give us power. Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations. Breaking it will force all of us to face the truth. We will fail together or move forward together. Either ending is preferable to the cycle we still find ourselves in.
Interesting.
Gone, wait! Before it's too late, you gotta take the souls I harvested for you.
The priestess thrusts her light-pulsing lantern outward, as if waiting for Aethys to take it from her.
They are not for me to take. Shodi, you are their guardian now. You are their protector. You have taken responsibility for them, and only you can decide their fate. Once again, the gods have put you in a precarious position, Watcher. Considering all the troubles I have put you through, the least I can do is protect you from the wrath Magrin has intended for me.
It's much appreciated. This doesn't make us even, you know. I didn't ask for your help and I don't want it. Rolls eyes. Oh, praise Aethys. What an amazing gesture. Say nothing.
I must say, you've been remarkably calm in spite of all this. This next part may test you. Brace yourself, Watcher.
Guys and gals, we are literally being touched by the hand of God right now.
Despite herself, Shodi squeals. Trembling, she sways on her feet as if she might faint.
Hey, Aethys. We're not done here. You and I, we're not finished. Don't think you can just move me aside like all the rest. Maybe you can't be stopped. But on behalf of everyone you've trampled, betrayed, and ignored, I'll be coming to see you again.
Yeah.
Adair spits. In the surging heat, it never reaches the ground.
Perhaps we will meet again, Adair. Until then, take care of the Watcher.
Aethys' great hand floats away from the luminous Audra pillar. As it pulls back, for a brief moment you see a golden tether flash into existence between the pillar and the great Titan's back. When the Audra fingers gently cradle you, there is first a sensation of warmth, but it is followed by a harsh splitting of consciousness. Your awareness vacillates erratically between the physical world and the spiritual dimension of Aethys' body. Your soul glides amid the many trapped with Aethys. As your brilliant form passes by them, they call and reach out for help. Below Aethys' body, the volcano erupts. Molten rock rushes over the great Audra body, but does not slow its movement. Rathun rush to higher ground, but cannot outpace the lava, which overwhelms and consumes them as it rises.
Rest in peace.
Your attention returns to the heart of Aethys' body. Deep within the whirling masses of souls, you again sense your own presence, the fragment that was taken from you. This time, you reach out to it as it reaches out to you. You meet somewhere in the great mass of Audra, the rest of the souls fading at the edge of your awareness. We are together again. Are you ready to be together again?
Yes, it's about time.
Are you certain? Since we've parted, you've become someone else, and I have become myself. When we join, we won't be ourselves anymore. Your senses yank back to your body, still in Aethys' hand. There is light, sunlight. He has emerged from Ashen Maw, the rim of the volcano and the great keep of the Rathun collapsing behind him. The Audra is barely visible through the thick lava covering his body, and still, he moves. The ocean is gone, water sucked away, leaving only the bare seabed glistening in an ominous silence. You summon the strength to turn your head. Through the cracks in the great god's fingers, you see a wall of water, taller than Nekataka, taller than Aethys, as tall as the moon. It comes with the rumbling of a terrible stampede. The wave slams into Aethys. His hand closes, protecting you from the devastation. Somewhere in your mind, you hear Andra screaming. You are back inside him. Back with yourself. Are you still the same Watcher who returned the lost souls of the Deerwood to the wheel? The soul observes you, waiting. I am.
I am, and I hope to return these souls to the wheel before I'm done. Let's just say yes.
Good. Then this should be easy. You feel cool air, seawater. The back of your mind pulls your attention back to your body. Aethys stands amid the now calm waves. Kraken futilely clinging to his limbs as he gingerly sets down your ship with one hand. He carefully opens his other, setting your body on the deck. As your head comes to rest, your vision rocks forward, pulled back into the Audra, back to your soul. Some of us is lost to him. Fragments and the empty spaces between them. They will always be a part of him. But we are still us. And it's time for us to go. Together.
Together.
The soul rushes toward you, flying into you with ferocious speed. You are thrust back through the Audra, out of the palm of Aethys' hand, back into your body. You can feel the sensation of your skin, the warmth of the Audra, but you are not fully in control. The other soul struggles to reach the surface of the body's consciousness, but you pull it down. Entangled, you float in a dark, boundless expanse. The more you fight each other, the closer you become, until somehow, impossibly, every piece of you is touching every piece of them. Through the distant window of your eyes, you see Aethys push slowly against your ship. Though his touch is light, it is still the touch of a god. The ship lurches, rapidly tearing across the water southward. His hand pulls away from your ship's wake, his body straightening, towering overhead. The volcanic rock, now cooled and gently steaming, sloughs from his body as he moves. The Audra beneath is still immaculate, unmarred. He watches you depart, and you hear a voice in your mind as you sink deeper into the blackness of sleep.
Tell them what you have witnessed, Watcher. Tell them what is coming.
The windows of your eyes retreat into the distance. The fragment of your soul is so close to you in the darkness that you can't tell if its thoughts are separate from your own. Aethys is going to Ukaizo?
Yes.
He's going to stop the wheel?
He's going to stop the wheel.
Aethys is going to Ukaizo. Aethys is going to Ukaizo. He's going to stop the wheel. The words repeat in your mind until they become an incessant, meaningless mantra. Involuntary meditation in the emptiness of your unconscious. When the words finally dissolve and become part of the darkness, you see a pinpoint of light. You no longer sense the other soul. No longer sense the person you were before Aethys touched you. You swim toward the light. As you come closer, the light becomes two blurry spots of radiance. You settle in behind your eyes and feel your lips already moving, mumbling. Around your body you sense familiar scents and sounds, voices raised in shock and alarm. You take control of your mouth, opening it wide and drawing a great breath.
Explosive confrontation achievement unlocked. Okay. A pounding headache drags you most of the way back to your senses. Your vision blurs and an acrid taste fills your parched mouth. The details of the room slowly come into focus, the sounds of an ongoing debate, a distant echo.
Are we simply going to wait? What if he never wakes up?
Are those frilled collars stuffed in your ears? If the Watcher's mumblings are right, then Aethys is marching on Ukaizo. We have to move.
In the brief silence, you hear Hazanui Karu's boots scrape against tile as she paces.
He's seizing power from the very gods who betrayed him, destroying the wheel to make sure they never come back.
She shakes her head and chuckles with grim appreciation.
It's a coup, and we have to muster the strength to stop it.
The unraveling of Kohopa from Tangaloa is our greatest test from the gods, I say. We must live to deserve the world they make for us.
Onekaza rests her chin on her fist and considers. The assembled leaders turn their attention away from each other on a prolonged and thoughtful silence. At last you feel fully present and steady on your feet. The attention of the room abruptly shifts to you, filling the void with expectant whispers. Say nothing.
Well, there is some life in him still, but I do not know how his senses fare.
Castol snaps his fingers a few times in front of your eyes.
You know, every time you come back from the dead, it's a little less exciting. You gotta space it out more.
Join our talks, I say. Rational discussion will gust away the ominous smoke rising from Ashen Maw.
Onekaza gestures to you with an open palm.
The Deadfire is no stranger to cataclysm. We can survive by cleaving to a shared purpose, a greater good, Akira.
She looks to each of the envoys in turn.
For what else did the gods place us here? We who have ships and resources enough to make a difference.
Castol glances around the room at the gathered parties, his brows climbing.
What we need is brass. Rawatai has ships and cannons aplenty, but the only way I'm sending them is if...
She breaks off at the boom of a door slamming open. Commotion echoes from the entrance hall. As everyone turns toward the noise, her hand strays to her gun. The sound of approaching footsteps grows in volume as a courier scrambles into the throne room, panting and glistening with sweat. His mouth opens and closes like a fish gasping desperately for breath.
Ships have formed a blockade around Queen's Berth. Their commander demands parley with Serpent's Crown.
What? But what about our ships? I must get a message through to the captains.
For what do our enemies paint a target on their hull? This is a stirring bid for my attention.
Onekaza narrows her gaze past the open door.
Send word to my water shapers to drain the sea around the flagship. I would parley on better terms than this.
Onekaza begins to rise, but the courier speaks up ahead of her.
My queen! They fly the colors of pirates! The Principi are...
Well, what have we here?
A confident voice booms from the open door. It's Eldis. Hey, girl. The motley sailors who don't hold the Huana guards at bay with drawn weapons take in some of the more opulent decorations with avid interest. One pirate separates from the fold, sauntering boldly forward.
Forgive me, lovesome, but it looks like you're having a party. A rather fine one to which you didn't invite me.
She winks, swollenette glinting in delight as she cocks her pistol high above her head.
You painted vagrants are a plague on my tribes. Why should I not hang you from the walls of my garden?
Onekaza grips the handrests of her throne as if ready to vault up and attack.
You should be asking yourself how they got in here in the first place.
She glowers in the direction of the throne.
Oh, I do love when they squabble. But I'm here for neither pleasantries nor entertainment. We've bigger fish to fry. Or should I say gods?
A determined-looking guard inches closer to Eldis from the edge of the court. Without looking, the Principi captain swivels her pistol to aim right at his chest.
Now everyone just calm down. I promise we won't fire on you at this time. Unless firstly provoked. That is, Until whence we've safely absconded from the city back to the high seas.
She grins what is that? Magnanimously. Never heard of that word.
Then all bets are off again. Aye?
Yes. Well, if you have a point, pirate, I suggest you reach it quickly.
We're supposed to take a bunch of pirates at their word?
She crosses her arms, the wooden hand groaning.
Right you are. However...
The narrow-eyed look she settles on the room is more than a little bloodthirsty.
I'm here because I've got questions, ones that can't wait. And the Lovesome Watcher's the only one likely to answer them nicely.
If we want to reach Ukaizu, we'll need every ship at our disposal. All of us must plan for the inevitable. Even if we cooperate, Aethys wins. With friends like these, our cause is doomed already. Let's say the first one. If we are to reach Ukaizo, we'll need every ship at our disposal.
Ukaizo? What's the lost city of gold got to do with a god on a rampage?
Using the barrel of her gun, she tips her hat back curiously. Aethys is going there to break the reincarnation cycle. Aethys is going to shatter life and death, while the rest of you bicker over land rights. No more second or third chances. This may be the last life we ever live. Let's just say the first one. He's going to break the reincarnation cycle.
Well, fuck if that doesn't put things into perspective. But what's that even mean in the long run? Folks who die won't be coming back again.
Their souls will be trapped in the in-between. Maybe not at first, but eventually Eora will be starved of life. You can't just arrive late and expect me to explain everything. It's possible, I don't know, this isn't exactly common. Let's just say the first one. Their souls will be trapped in the in-between.
This is all dark and foreboding sounding. But what's it mean for my soul? I mean, I like the idea of pirating throughout the Great Beyond as much as the next gal. But if, say, I got no awareness after I die, does it even matter what happens?
Ak, of course you have no interest past that of your eyes and your stomach. Let us speak now of what can be done. Must be done. Watcher, you know best of all of us what our options are.
More answers could become apparent when we land on Ukaizo.
The Huana made compacts with the gods on Lost Ukaizo. Anything can happen on the shores of our ancestors.
Onekaza nods.
I say it is a place where mortals can reach beyond themselves, do freely what animancers struggle to dream.
We have to act quickly. Defending Ukaizo is the highest priority.
A pensive, focused look sharpens the lines in her face. She scratches her cheek with the fingers of her wooden hand.
Our ships are fast and well-equipped. We could sail to the edge of Andra's mortar. See if Aethys' passage opens a way through the storms.
She narrows her eyes, watching the others.
Of course, finding Ukaizo once we're through is another matter.
I can sense Aethys in Andra's mortar. My soul calls out from inside him. If you can get me through Andra's mortar, I can take you to Ukaizo. You want to find Ukaizo? With Aethys on his way, I'm an Ukaizo compass. Good luck finding him without me. Let's just say the first one. I can sense Aethys in Andra's mortar. My soul calls out from inside him.
That's so. You just might be able to save us.
She scratches her chin, an eager glimmer in her eyes.
We speak of collectively sailing for Andra's mortar, but this crown will not support any plan that involves a single outsider ship landing on the shores of Ukaizo.
A hush falls around the room as Onekaza makes her proclamation.
It is for this moment that the gods test me. Anyone who seeks to cross Andra's mortar will learn that the gates of Ukaizo are the end of compromise with the Huana.
We're not here to debate over territory. Our souls are in jeopardy. Can everyone agree to an armistice while we work through this crisis? Arguing like this is going to get us all killed or worse. We're not here to debate over territory. Our souls are in jeopardy.
I think I'm getting the gist of it now.
She rubs the barrel of her gun under her jaw thoughtfully. Then she crooks you a cunning grin.
While these witless princocks go at each other's throats, we Principi will cut through the storms and plunder the city of gold. Whatever Aethys is seeking in those ruins, we'll find it, and then we'll sell it to the highest bidder. That, or me and mine will have front row seats to the end of the world.
If the Huana cannot take back our beginning, then our end fast approaches. The gods will judge us by our devotion to Ukaizo.
Are you going to guard it as closely as you've guarded your palace today?
She shoots a meaningful stare at the pirates.
Ukaizo was yours once, and you lost it. Meanwhile, the storms that cover Ondra's mortar plague Rauatai too. We will help the Watchers stop Aethys, but we will not leave our country's future in soft hands. We hope the Watcher agrees.
She nods to you.
Watcher, there are two kinds of people in the Deadfire. Those who have called it home since time immemorial, and opportunists.
Onikaza glares at the assembled dignitaries.
With Ukaizo under our control, the Huana would restore order as it has not been seen since the days of our ancestors.
She nods slowly, holding her gaze all the while.
Ak, order. And the only question is whether it will be the order of ignorance and tradition, or else of conquest. The secrets to be found in Ukaizo could elevate us all beyond the telling. I will not relinquish that dream so easily.
With that, Castol turns to stride away, his shoulders set in a rigid line. Without so much as a final farewell, Ealdis tips her head to her armed crew, and the pirates withdraw as swiftly as they arrived.
Watcher, I say the time to play at freelancing is at an end. Any of us could get you to Ukaizo, but only one of us will stand by your side.
Studying you carefully, Onikaza nods and gestures for her attendants to clear the room.
Let's speak, Watcher, while we...
With everything going on at once, I wondered if... Gods, if we could talk.
Maya nurses her brow and sighs. You can talk to me about anything, Maya.
You're a good captain. Maybe I don't say that enough. Can we take a detour to the officer's lounge in the Brass Citadel? I could use a drink.
Maya shrugs and tips her head. Let's be off.
I appreciate it, Captain. Hope you don't mind if I gather my thoughts on the way.
She releases a heavy sigh and nods. Okay, well that was a lot to bite off. Forge alliances or prepare your ship for a hard voyage. So, let's read this. No doubt the local powers will want to put me to work in support of their cause to reach Ukaizo. Committing to any of them is sure to anger the others in the end. I could also go it alone, but the Defiant won't survive the journey without significant upgrades. I'd need the very best hull and sails available in the Deadfire. I can find the Valian Trading Company headquarters in Queen's Birth. The headquarters of the Huana are at the Gahanga Palace in Serpent's Crown. The Royal Deadfire Company's headquarters are in the Imperial Command in the Brass Citadel. The Principe Sen Petrina organized their forces at Baleful Beacon on the island of Dunnage. Okay, well, Maya wants to go to the officers' quarters in Brass Citadel, but let's go get we have the money. Let's go buy the finest ship. Let's go do that. This is quite the predicament. Let's go to Queen's Birth.
But they're still out there. Will no one help me?
Perhaps in a day or two. Prince Haruihi enjoys wild tales.
What? Who's this?
Well now, if there were any man here worthy of a grand reception. The guards here will not listen. Will you, sir?
Sure.
Myself? I am no lord save upon the deck of my ship. And she is lost.
What's the matter?
I lost my crew. All but myself and the bosun, yet nobody will listen. Not the Queen, nor the trading companies. Too busy waging war upon each other to pay mind to a rudderless captain. They don't understand. It's not just me. What lies out there, it'll swallow us all up if it isn't stopped.
What do you mean?
It were unnatural. The Antelope were a fine ship, and we sailed her out east. Out of Kahanga waters and into the great wet country. Bright sky and a good wind. Until the fog came. We were boarded before we knew it. Men, things like men that howled like demons. They cut down half my crew, took the rest. Gods forgive me, but if I'd stayed to look on, I'd never have made it to the launch. But we saw it. After the fog cleared and the ship was gone, a spit of land, bristling with the wreckage of other unfortunates. A finer crew I'll not find than that which served upon the Antelope. All dragged into the fog, like the gods plucked them off the deck.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
I'll not forget it so long as I live. I am a landlocked wretch with no ship and no crew. But you are a captain of bold repute, and the day may come you sail out to that same isle, with beached ships all around. You have listened well. Here, go you now prepared. And should you ever come upon my crew, do what you can for them.
Okay, cloak of protection. Great.
Gotta remember that story for scaring little kids.
Find the ship graveyard. Lofel spoke of an island surrounded by shipwrecks, the apparent source of whatever it was that attacked his ship and stole away his crew. He seemed to think it would be a threat to any captains in the region and a lethal challenge to the inexperienced. Is it on our map now? I can't see from here, can I? I have to go try and leave. Let's resupply. Okay. So we can buy the junk. I don't know if this is the best ship though, that's the thing. It says we need the best ship with all the trimmings. I think we can afford it. Blackwood Hall. So I'm not sure though. We have all these items too we could sell if we needed to. Well, let's go to Queen's Birth first. Oh, and that's what we were going to do. We were going to buy the ship. Maya wants to take us to Brass Citadel. You know what? Let's leave by sea. I want to see if we can see this this place he's marked on our map with the shipwreck graveyard or whatever it's called. Let's see. You've received an important missive from Captain Ferrante. My dearest Watcher, a god with an agenda tends to put things into perspective. Now, more than ever, it is imperative we commandeer the floating hangman, if only so that we may chase Eothis to Okaizo. I have called a meeting of the Consueglo Mezcasitas. Please sail to Dunnage and join us as swiftly as the winds will bring you. Ooh, I like that idea. I would like to commandeer the floating hangman. Okay. We're going to do that. Let's just see if he marked a spot on our map. Splintered Reef. That must be what he was talking about, because we haven't been down there yet. Just one sec, guys. I'll be right back. 30 seconds just for a quick bio. Okay. Thanks for waiting. I would like to commandeer the floating hangman. I'm definitely not going to do it for Captain Ferrante, but let's see what he has to say. And then perhaps we can get that ship ourselves without having to buy a ship. That's kind of what I was thinking. What do we have here?
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down. On every landing stands a door, each one stranger than the last. Some are clear, made from glass or audra. Others still are locked with chains and bars, or stand ajar, spilling inky gloom across the steps at your feet. You hear the ringing of a small bell far above you. It is joined by another, then another. The ringing rushes down the staircase with all the strength of a river. Your lantern sputters out and you are carried down into the dark. The torrent deposits you in front of an open door carved in the constellations of Aora. Each star indicated by a small golden stud. You step inside. A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodica. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodica. Wodica screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
Say nothing.
Wal smiles.
Enmity and animus, Watcher. Two old songs we sing in well-practiced harmony. Unable to reach accords, we compete to see who shouts best shake Aora.
The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
The Watcher's returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
They say, a wry smile contorting their alien features.
Say nothing.
Is there nothing we can do?
Mogren glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched, and absorb our scattered children.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
Say nothing.
But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Say nothing.
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wal's floating eye. They hover just out of Mogren's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
This Guardian is but one more thing that will fall before me. Let's just keep saying nothing. That's what we've learned to do with the gods here.
But you like a challenge, don't you? You met my challenge at the Searing Falls without hesitation, after all. And when Firga faltered, you restored her faith in me.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
Say nothing.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand? What do you think of Aothis' scheme to destroy the wheel?
It's a long time coming. Kith will finally know what a bunch of frauds you all are. With the gods' guidance, we might survive what Aothis plans. We can no longer count on the gods for guidance. Kith will have to figure this out on their own. This doesn't feel like the act of a caring god to me. Aothis is going to destroy everything. I still don't understand what this all means. What will happen when Aothis destroys the wheel? Let's say that one.
The Pallid Knight spreads wide her hands.
Think of the beyond as a reservoir, the in-between as storm clouds, and souls as rain. When a living thing dies, its soul enters the in-between. And when the in-between grows full, it releases souls into the beyond, where they wait to be redistributed to new bodies, new lives. The wheel is the process by which souls are moved from the in-between to the beyond, from the rain cloud to the reservoir, and from the reservoir into the living world. Without the wheel to mediate the transfer and redistribution of souls, the souls of all who die remain in the in-between. And without souls to fill it, the beyond gradually empties, trapping all of the remaining souls in existence in the in-between. When the beyond is empty and the last creature on Aora dies, that is the end of everything. It is Rimergon's future, the one he wants for us.
Say nothing.
You begin to see our dilemma, I hope.
Tell us, Watcher, where do you stand?
It's a long time coming. Kith will finally know what a bunch of frauds you all are. With the gods' guidance, we might survive what Aothis plans. We can no longer count on the gods for guidance. Kith will have to figure this out on their own. This doesn't feel like the act of a caring god to me. Sounds like Aothis is going to destroy everything.
Finally, someone with a proper sense of urgency.
Aothis loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
Say nothing.
What if Aothis is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
We'll learn and grow as Aothis intends. We'll remake our world without you in it. Don't worry, there will always be a place for the gods in Aera. I don't know, but aren't you curious to find out? Say nothing.
And what if they fail? Then they die. And so do we. We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Worika drives her fist into her hand.
Help them? We should finally bring them to heel.
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Worika until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aothis yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aothis may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo.
I'll try.
The future of Kith and the gods rests on your shoulders, Watcher, so I hope that you do.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind.
Say nothing.
The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all too familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
Sounds like the gods are on their last desperate leg here. Alright, let's get out of the ship. Cool. Alright, we're gonna head over to Dunnage to hear the plea of Ferrante, the pirate captain. Oh, received an important missive from Hazanui Karu. I hope you've recovered from your ordeal at Magrin's Teeth. Come see me at the Imperial Command in the Brass Citadel when you return to Negataka. The way to Yukaizo lies open before us, but I require help with the final matter. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware you want to go to Yukaizo. Don't we all? I'm going to try and get the floating hangman before all of this. Hold on here. Oops. Let's see. Speak with the Captain Ferrante and Dunnage. He's at Balefire Beacon. Okay. Let's do that. I want to get that ship. I don't want to take Ferrante to Yukaizo though. So we're going to try and get the ship, and we're going to try and oust Ferrante.
I've been loyal to you a long time, Ferrante, but I cannot abide this.
Over here, my friend.
What is it?
Diverus, is it settled now? I do not like having my hand forced by some rogue god.
Indeed, the vote has been cast. There can be no dispute. The traitor Aldis will hang.
Your vote of confidence is appreciated, my Consuelo. Rest assured, you have made the right decision.
Do not forget your promise, Ferrante. With Eldis out of the way, you will sail us to Yukaizo well before the Huana, the Valen Trading Company, or any others can plunder it.
The god will lead us there, and the floating hangman will navigate the storms.
Park says, off to get a ship. Good luck. Thanks, man. Ferrante nods at the two council members before noticing me.
Watcher, your timing is impeccable as always.
The highest-ranking member of the Council of Captains tugs the frilled ends of his sleeves before offering you a charming smile.
We have just concluded a vote of phenomenal importance. One of our Consuelo members, Captain Aldis, has been charged and found guilty of those crimes, punishable by death.
He clears his throat beneath your scrutiny. And those crimes would be...
Defiance. On several past occasions, Aldis has willfully dismissed the mandates of the Consuelo.
He ticks the count on his finger and nod along.
Negligence. Too often, Aldis has outright neglected her responsibilities to the Consuelo. When a meeting is called, the presence of all members is required.
Nod along.
Excessive cruelty. Aldis and her new bloods often commit extreme violence in pursuit of financial gain. This drives our foes to take harsher measures against us.
Or you're just too weak to handle the Valen Trading Company ship hunters. Let's give him a little jab. The captain huffs out a heated breath. A fourth finger joins the others.
Sedition, which you witnessed firsthand when Aldis negotiated with our enemies without the consent of the Consuelo. She has single-handedly endeavored to spark a civil war within the Principe on multiple occasions.
Fair enough. Triumph flares in Ferrante's eyes, and his next intake of breath is shaky with anticipation.
And, worst of all,
he waggles his thumb.
Betrayal. Aldis sacrificed an entire crew of Principe in an ill-fated attempt to lure out the floating hangman so that she might captain it. This Consuelo session is now concluded. Watcher, might I have a word with you in confidence?
Of course.
What happened at Magran's Teeth changes everything. We must acquire the floating hangman if we've any hope to reach Yukaizo before Eothas destroys everything. Which brings me to my current problem. Somehow, Aldis has uncovered a means to summon the floating hangman, but she is hunkered within her stronghold of Fort Deadlight. Myself and the others of the Consuelo must lay siege to get to her, However, you have a means of entry to the fortress.
His eyes narrow, ruthless, calculating.
I need what she knows before I can hang her. Obtain it for me, and I will grant you her seat on the Consuelo.
Like I care about a seat on the Consuelo at this point. I'll talk to her, attack. I'd say I'm sorry it's come to this, but that'd be a lie. We could just kill him. I'll talk to her though. Let's just say I'll talk to her.
Sail to Fort Deadlight and seize the answers which Aldis has secreted for her own gain.
Okay. Alright. Let's do it. I'm taking this ship. Where is it? Crookspur. Where's Fort Deadlight? Let's use this. Fort Deadlight. Let's go. I want the floating hangman. We haven't done any upgrades to our ship the whole game in anticipation for getting this one.
Are you ready to... Right this way.
Let's go. Talk to Eldis.
Ah, Captain. Beholding you never ceases to be a wonder. I only wish we met under more pleasurable circumstances.
She rubs her thumb over her bottom lip. Blue and black eyes hooded with desire for bloodshed, for other things.
You wanted to speak with me? Well, consider me a captive audience.
You know something about the floating hangman you're not telling me.
I haven't the faintest idea as to what you could mean, Loveson. You're not buying it, eh?
She huffs.
Guess it was only a matter of time. I knew the spies I strung up by their guts couldn't have been the only ones. They were just the poor squabs who got caught.
Tell me and I'll see that you're treated mercifully. What are you planning?
Life or death, that's what. The future of the Principe is at stake. Ferrante covets the floating hangman in order to enforce his control of the Principe, not to protect us from our outside enemies, nor to beat your rampaging god to Ukaizo. But I'm 2 leagues ahead of Ferrante. I know how to summon and command the floating hangman.
Okay.
Of course, I destroyed the information as soon as I uncovered Ferrante's spies. You'll never learn it without me.
Alright, get me to the floating hangman and I'll give you the Principe. Ferrante is the best hope for the future of the Principe. I thought we had an understanding. I'm a watcher. I can learn what you know from your soul. Let's just get me to the floating hangman and I'll give you the Principe.
I'm happy to work with you, Loveson. I've been after a partnership with you for a long time. And I think you know that. But if we're to help each other, there is one thing I want from you in return for the floating hangman. That cockrot Ferrante needs to go. Hang him, gut him, I don't care. But get rid of him. Alright?
Yeah, no problem. I'll see it done. Her mist-colored eyes gleam with a dark excitement.
I'll sail to Dunwich and take command of the Principe as soon as Ferrante is gone.
Alright. Remove Ferrante. I was thinking about killing him anyway. He was working with slavers. He's kind of full of himself. He needed to die anyway. I probably could have just killed him back then and saved myself some time traveling.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Regardless. I'm sure Eldis will just show up after we kill him. Dunnage. Let's go. I want this ship. Balefire Beacon. Let's have a little chat, Ferrante. Why is Maya at the front?
I guess I make as good a target as any.
There we go.
Did you meet with Aldis at Deadlight? And, more importantly, is she still breathing? You know what I'm hoping for.
I've reconsidered my allegiance. Is it to die by my hand? Because you're about to. Yeah. I've reconsidered my allegiance. Let's see what he has to say about that.
To me?
He smiles widely, amused.
And you came to tell me, to my face, that you will now be backing my political foes. I cannot decide if that makes you brave or unbelievably foolish, my disloyal Casita.
Attack. You leave me no choice then. Alright, here we go. Adair on Ferrante. Footman. I'm gonna have you shadowing beyond back here. And summon some dragons. Just to help us out here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't kill this guy yet. Alright. I think we're doing pretty well here. Maya needs to get a better position. Let's have her roll out of the way. Here we go. No problem. Footman, let's get you on this guy. Easy peasy. I guess we have to clear out the whole room, eh? Oh no, this guy's the only one left. I was wondering why the combat music is still going. Alright. That was easy enough. Does Ferrante have any cool weapons? Doesn't look like it.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go. Ferrante's breastplate. 10 base armor rating, superb bodyguard, 15% damage taken grants bodyguard. What does that mean? Let's give it to Adair then. We'll have a look at it. Oh, and an old key as well. Let's have a look at Adair's. There it is. What does this do? Bodyguard. Aura grants nearby allies damage reduction, though the wearer takes increased damage. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's kind of cool. I don't think it's better than his armor, though. The patinated plate. Legendary. We'll keep that. Alright, well, let's explore the rest of the room now that we have this key. Everybody's dead. A letter from the director Castole. This rolled up letter was bound tightly by several ribbons and covered in more seals. I have no interest in the details of your agreement with Mr. Kua, if indeed that is the creature's name, nor will I insult either of us by feigning interest in your accounts. Do with the cargo as you please. You have demonstrated a head for business, but if I must caution you, Even now, against wastefulness, you are beyond my aid. We are now in the position where we must trust one another. I trust that you understand our bargain will endure only as long as it is of benefit to the company which I represent. Just as I trust you understand that the moment this ceases to be the case, I will not trouble either of us in seeking your excuses and apologies. I will forget your name, Master, and the company privateers will show you and your crew no more mercy than any other disreputable outlaw. With that understanding between us, let us proceed now as friends. I have enclosed a writ for the safe passage should you require it, and express renewed hope that you may one day seek to rejoin us in a more civilized setting. Interesting. I think we knew they were working together. I think we knew that.
Someone's up ahead.
Oh, they want to fight too. The lonely pirate.
Oh, good.
Yeah. As you wish.
So we're gonna have to clear out this whole room.
Just that's right.
Stand together.
And then we're gonna go have to take the floating hangman, which I'm very excited about. Right.
Yes, indeed.
Well, let's continue clearing out
Certainly.
the room. Sure, I guess we have to go up the Balefire Tower, see if there's anybody up here. Yep.
You see that, Ishi?
Yes.
Just gutted him.
Me too.
No can do.
Easy peasy. Everybody's just blowing up. Oh, we're so strong. We are so strong. Okay. I think we've cleared all of the pirates away. So we'll head down and check to see if Aldous is ready to take her spot on the throne of the Principe in exchange for information about how to get the floating hangman.
You must gather your party.
Alright, yeah, I guess we just leave by sea.
For venturing forth.
And head back to Fort Deadlight to talk to Aldous. Is that what our quest journal says? Let's have a look. Aldous will assume leadership once I let her know the situation. Yep. Okay. Let's go get this ship. Exciting stuff. Alright, talk to this guy.
Are you ready to right this way?
Thank you, thank you. It's a little shortcut to get to Aldous quicker. Alright, love some.
I
The captain rubs at her lips as you approach.
would have liked to see Ferrante hanging, myself. I can imagine it well enough, though. For your loyalty, I'd like you to have Scoradeo's edge. It's been a good sword to me. I know you'll put it to good use. Hopefully by killing more of my enemies.
Cool.
I'll be taking command of the Principe now. I'm calling a meeting of the council at Dunwich.
Great.
Sail with me to Dunwich, Lovesome. I'd like to have you at my side when I bloody the place.
I already killed everybody there, so... I'll sail to Dunwich with your fleet. I'll meet you there.
I'll prepare a fine welcome for you then. Wish me luck.
Speak with the Principe's leader at the Balefire Beacon in Dunwich.
Dim in the lantern.
I didn't want to be seen riding with her, so that's why I chose not to go. Just in case there's someone along the way that's like, hey, you're riding with the pirates. That's not cool. New quest, A Dance with Death. Speak with the Principe's leader, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do.
You must gather. party before venturing forth.
Let's dance with death. I really want this ship. Hit it up to dunnage. Sing it, guys. Deadfire beacon. Captain Ildis.
Welcome to Balefire Beacon, Captain. Have you a moment? I'd like to fill you in on our next course of action.
I do.
Everything we thought was important has changed. If a god is going to kill us all, if he's headed to Ukaizo, I say we beat him there.
Okay.
Either it'll save us, or we'll have a hell of a view to Aora's end. What say you?
It will take some time to refill the Consuelo's vacant seats. For now, those of us remaining are united behind Aldis. Our fleets will join in the journey to Ukaizo, with the fabled floating hangman at the helm.
I imagine you have a logical reason to believe we could actually sail a ghost ship after acquiring it.
I did think it a far-fetched idea at first.
She nods, scratching the underside of her chin.
Ferrante had planned to use the galleon. It has the ability to manipulate the winds and seas. It could part Ukaizo's storms, allowing us to sail through.
I guessed his aims well enough through his interest in the galleon's history. But it was thanks to your findings in Isaya's tomb that I knew what to look for. It's Lucia's lost sword that's key. She took an undying oath to protect the Engoliero dos spears for the Darkotsi line. If you speak the oath before the sword, the seal on its scabbard will release, drawing Lucia and the galleon to you. Iogure de protegere, mat paladina med Darkotsi, e ure ioste regle, me aurelia Darkotsis ere. Gure cui luretto bon aimo ibafeta, e pore pere cue maudicenas fiace, mi convorande. Take the sword out to the high seas. Unsheath the sword by chanting the Darkotsi oath. When Lucia comes for it, kill her, and take the Fonferres.
All right.
In the meantime, I'll set the entire Principe into movement. Expect a formidable fleet at the ready on your return. We'll conquer Ukaizo and sack its riches. You'll see.
I'll take care of it.
Good. I'll be counting on you. Andra's luck to you, Loveson.
So I'm not sure if this is sealing our fate with the Principe as the faction that we choose to take to the to Ukaizo, but I kind of just want to take the ship and go by myself. Let's see. All right, so we just need to take the sword out into open seas, speak the oath. Is it this one? Yeah. So how do I do that? How do I do that? Alicia Riven became a Death Guard because of her undying devotion to an oath she took to protect the Engoliero do Espires. Aldis discovered that speaking the dying oath of the Darkosi while wielding the sword activates an aura which acts as a beacon for Riven. I should take the weapon to the sea and speak those words. Okay. So how do I do that? I'm in the sea. Do I have to be in a certain place? Beacon for Riven. Speaking the dying oath of the Darkosi while wielding the sword activates an aura. So do we have to like go onto our ship and do this? Bark says equip it. I can't move it out of the quest items. Like I can't. Oh, here we go. So yeah, now that I'm on my ship, it gives me the option to speak the oath. Here we go. All right, here we go. The Engoliero do Aspires pulses in your grip. Thrumming with power, it rattles in its sheath, and for the first time in 200 years, the blade is drawn free. You wield the sword as your voice echoes across the ocean, eerily rising in volume rather than fading. I'm not going to read that, but you get the gist. White fog, cold as the grave, churns up from the sea. It swells up and over the sides of the Defiant right as you hear the sound of a galleon approaching. The groaning of centuries-rotted wood turns into the groaning of the undead. While the galleon flanks you, Lucia Riven cuts you a look through the thick fog, her fleshless face lit by the flames burning in her hollowed eye sockets. Then the Death Guard and her skeletal sailors are boarding your ship, coming for the sword, coming for you. Let's go! Yeah! We're taking this ship. Here we go. A group of rabid undead swarm for your ship, but then abruptly they halt, rippling as they part for their captain. With sure, heavy-striking strides, Riven approaches. She stops short, fiery eyes peering into you, burning through you. Give me the Devourer of Souls. She reaches a skeletal hand for the sword. Lucha Riven, I'm hereby commandeering your ship. Sword's mine now by right. What claim do you have on this sword? I stole it from Engoliero from a tomb. I'm not giving her the sword. Sword's mine now by right.
If you think to remain in possession of my charge, you are gravely mistaken.
I'm not giving up the sword.
You will relinquish it to me once I have vanquished your soul from your corpse.
Well, come on then. Silent, Riven steps back and the undead surge forward, shouting battle cries as they clamor for your ship. So I think we had the option to give her the sword to trade it for the ship, but I'm not giving her something called the Devourer of Souls.
Looks like trouble.
Are you kidding me? Sure, let me give you this thing called the Devourer of Souls. Why is it Dare at the back? Why is that
I guess I make as good a target as any.
There we go. Okay, let's do this. Chitupek just walks out in front. Awesome job, Chitupek. Love it, dude. So brave. He's so brave. Shadowing Beyond across the deck, and we're gonna lay into... Oh, they're all champions. All right, here we go. Oh, never mind. We can get these Al Ghouls. This looks like a nice little opportunity for a blister bomb. Right there.
As you wish.
I think it's beyond.
Boom. All right. Let's give our party a little boost here.
You see that, Ishi?
These guys are falling pretty easy. Footman, though, is taking a lot of damage, so let's use a Shadowing Beyond to kind of get him not tanking 4 guys.
Not sure how I feel about this.
No more of that.
There we go. And then, why don't we have you throw a Terran's Chaotic Orb at these guys.
Another attack, Cap.
Boom.
No.
Yes.
Here we go.
No more of that.
Alright, let's use a Shadowing Beyond again to get out of the way of the line here. Take out this ancient vampire. Now we're cooking.
Right between the eyes.
Now we're cooking.
Yes.
Oh, we're paralyzed. So is Chody. Not sure what paralyzed us. It's all good. It's all good. Making undead steaks. Boom. Oh, this guy up here. Ah, Berta.
Yes.
Thanks for your help. Yeah. That's our chef, Berta. Alright. With the last of undead slain, the floating hangman is now yours for the taking. Return to Dunnage with the floating hangman. Standing at the helm of the floating hangman, you signal your boatswain to head out to sea. Wind rips through the tattered sails, rotting wood groans as the ship picks up speed. Alright, we got the floating hangman. That's amazing. So cool. Alright. Yeah, look how much. Hull health 120, sail health 40. So now we can do upgrades. We can go to Nekatock and do upgrades. I'm going to save it here, and then I'm going to go see about chatting with Aeldis at Fort Deadlight. I don't want her to go to Ukaizo. Thanks, Bark. Thank you so much for the congrats. Yep, it's awesome. We got it. We got it. So I'm gonna see what happens here, what kind of choice it gives us. Whether or not we want to I don't want to take her with, so. But let's report in. Let's report in. That guy's not there anymore. Or no, she's not a Dunnage, is she? Or Fort Deadlight. Where is she? Is she at Dunnage? Yeah. Whoops. She was here, but now she's at Dunnage. Because we killed Ferrante. My bad. My bad. My bad. So we want to go to Dunnage. I don't think anyone's going to attack us now. Not now that we have the floating hangman. Oh my gosh, 4 cannon slots. This is amazing. Yeah, so we need to fully upgrade this ship too. But let's go check in with Aeldis. I definitely don't want to bring her to Ukaizo. But I do want to complete the quest line. So, let's have a chat. Let's have a chat.
I'll happily lend you my ear, and my sword, and other things.
Ooh, she grins evilly. I am captain of the floating hangman.
I knew you were the only captain who could take it. You are more than worthy of your chair on the council. The Principe are ready to sail for Ukaizo. Me and my fleet will reconvene with you outside Andra's mortar. Until then, lovesome.
She blows you a kiss. I don't know if I really wanted to do that. Sail with the Principe to Andra's mortar. Into Andra's mortar. The Principe fleet awaits my signal to set sail. Once I am ready, the Principe are prepared to sail with me into the storms. Can I just kill her? Quest failed the final maneuver. Quest failed, skipping ahead. Oh. Okay. I guess those were quests that we needed to do before this. Recommended companions. Okay. I guess we're doing it.
I'm here.
That's what we chose. That's what we chose. We chose the pirate's life. Alright, let's go to Nekataka and upgrade this ship. Let's get it all tricked out, and we'll fill up the crew as well. Man, are their eyes going to be wide when they see the floating hangman dock in Nekataka. Am I right? Queen's Birth. I'm gonna head to the docks here. We get a 10% discount, I think, if we talk to the gentleman at the docks. Let's see what our ship looks like. Yeah, look at this bad boy. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we can head up here. Talk to our shipwright friend. Heck if I remember his name. Zamar?
You again?
Like to see your goods.
Oh, come take a look.
I will. Okay, so what are the best? Let's just get the best everything. Dragon wing sails. Nice. Blackwood hull. Nice. We sort by value. There we go. The Yamiran steel anchor. How many would you like? 1. The steel helm. Combat speed. No, they're the same. Okay. Blight lantern. Sure. Take one of those. Warship reinforcements. No, we have the Blackwood hull. Okay. Only 130,000. Yoink. Let's do it. Let's do it. Infested hull. Oh, I can't change it. Oh. I can't upgrade this ship. Well, that was silly. I can't add miscellaneous upgrades. I can't do any of that. Can I put cannons on it? Because if that's the case, I just wasted a lot of money. A double bronzer, 250 to 350. So we have a bunch of Iron Thunderers. Sure. Let's put Iron Thunderers on one side. And Valiant Hull Breakers on the other side. And then this guy. No, these are short range. 0 to 250. So let's find another short range gun. Worm Tongue. That'll work. We need more cannoneers. We could put a boatswain up there as well. Who's our best boatswain? Luca? You're in, my man. Alright, we got another deckhand. Cook helmsman. This guy's good. We need some cannoneers. Alright, Beltia, you're a good cannoneer. Oh yeah, we gotta get Rum Dum Regere out there. Yeah, we'll change him for Chitupek, put him on the cannons. Perfect. So yeah, I think we just wasted a bunch of money. I don't know what are miscellaneous upgrades. I have no idea. Sure, we'll put her out there. Actually, you know what? Let's get this guy. Handsome Eliam. Where's this guy better? Yeah, let's get Handsome Eliam out there. Berta, you're our best cook, I think. Yep. Put you on the cook. Okay. Well, I mean, we have tons of money anyway.
I hear you. Happy to oblige.
We have tons of money anyway. So Maya wanted to go to the officers' lounge in the Brass Citadel to talk about something. I wonder if that's the quest.
Island folk tend to prefer lighter clothes. Maybe something warm.
I did not mean to click on him. Well, you know what, guys? I think we're gonna call it there for today. Can you upgrade any other gear or armor? I don't think so, Bark. I think we're pretty much maxed out. There's some enchants that we could do, but they're very basic. Very basic. So, yeah, we're pretty much maxed out almost in every way. So we're heading into the end of the game. We're maxed. We've done all the quests, basically, except for this one, where we have to travel to the Ophechia channel. So we're gonna do that when we come back, and we're gonna check.
What can I do you for?
We're gonna check out the Brass Citadel tomorrow before we get started to see if we can still trigger. What's her name's quest? Maya's quest. You know what? Let's just go do that right now.
Gather your party venturing.
Before we wrap up, we'll just do that real quick. But yeah, I appreciate you hanging out today, Bark. Thanks for watching and just hanging out with me while we play some Pillars. It's great to have you here. Hope you like the stream. So I think she wanted to go to the officers' lounge for a brew.
Drink, Captain.
I will have a great day. Yeah, there we go.
Captain, permission to speak freely.
Maya folds her arms and sighs through her nose. What's on your mind?
You're making a mistake, and it's gonna get people killed.
Oh.
You're about to hand one of the world's most valuable assets over to pirates. I suppose this Navy bird is fixing to understand why.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Bark. Appreciate it.
I try not to run my mouth when we're on a mission, but what we're doing here is objectively wrong.
At least the Principe are honest about their intentions. Can't you just trust that I'm doing the right thing? There's nothing I won't do to reach Aethys. Sorry if that upsets you. Stand down, Maya. I promise this is for the best. I don't like any of those options. Can't you just trust that I'm doing the right thing?
Wish it was that easy, Captain. I really do. I've gone this far with you, but I'm thinking this is where we part ways.
No way! Looking up at Maya, Ishiza lets out an inquisitive coo.
Don't you go making this any harder.
Maya frowns down at her bird. Stay with me. Fonferris needs you, and I do as well.
I've given this a lot of thought already. We're no good for each other while we're working at odds. This hurts, but it's better.
Crap.
Listen, don't go to Ukaizo. I'll bet my weight in Nadra the Navy will send me there, and I don't want to.
She trails off, a haunted look clouding over her stare.
Come on, Ishi.
Maya beckons Ishi to follow. He glances up at you and cocks his head thoughtfully before accompanying her.
Watcher, I was wondering if I could run something by you.
What's on your mind?
Well, to put it simply, you are.
Oh.
I've tried, but I can't get you out of my thoughts and dreams.
Okay. She's moving quite quickly now that Maya's gone. What does that mean?
Forgive my audacity. I know I've got no place to, but I care for you. More than I can rightly say.
Fingers trembling, she wipes her damp palms on her tunic.
I was wondering if you might return the sentiment.
Alright, you know what? I think we're going to deal with this tomorrow. This is all too much to take in right now. So, we're going to end it there, guys. And we're going to try this again tomorrow. I do not want Maya to leave the party. So, I'm just going to say thanks for stopping by. And we'll catch up with this tomorrow. So thanks again. Bark, thanks for that follow on your way out. Yeah, lol. I know. I wasn't expecting all of that. So we'll catch up and give it some fresh eyes tomorrow. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging out today. Shout out to Bark for that follow at the end, and Poxide today for your follow as well. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys back again tomorrow. Maybe it might be the last day. It might be the finale. So I'll catch you there. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye.